Hello and welcome to the GamesRadar Weekly Wrap-Up. I'm Leon and this is Louise.
Hello. Coming up on this week's News Fix, Ubi's going back to the Stone Age with Far Cry Primal.
Get all the force you'll need with our tips for the Star Wars Battlefront beta.
And we find out if you're dancing about Destiny's new microtransactions.
Far Cry Primal was this week's big surprise, a new game in the series, but one with a difference.
Indeed, forget guns and itty-bitty helicopters, because this is prehistoric, and it's not a Blood Dragon style download either, it's a full-scale boxed instalment, and it's due out in February.
Now, Far Cry has always been big on crafting and dealing with surprise animal attacks, and this one is all about making tools and weapons from the bones of the beasts you hunt.
How the rest of Far Cry's gameplay fits into a caveman setting isn't clear, but Ubi has mentioned infiltrating enemy outposts and tribes, which sounds rather familiar. Animals so far include mammoths, saber-toothed tigers, bears and direwolves.
Dinosaurs?
Sadly not.
Yeah. Now that is weird actually, because in a leaked Ubi survey that listed a range of future options like Alaska vampires and Vietnam, the only prehistoric one was a Far Cry game in the present day on a Jurassic Park style island of dinosaurs.
So what you're saying is that Far Cry Primal could actually be hiding a surprise Shyamalan-style modern-day twist?
Who knows? We'll have to wait and see on that, but whatever happens, Jake Chetwood says if Ubisoft can do one thing right, it's Far Cry. Colour me excited.
To be honest, this idea f***ing rocks, adds Christian Thompson. Yep, rocks.
However, the final word goes to Zachary Michaels, who points out, if Far Cry 3 was like Skyrim with guns, and this is Far Cry without guns, does this mean this is Skyrim? In other news,
a Metal Gear Solid 5 update has added new FOB missions and base insurance you can pay for with real money.
Microsoft's HoloLens dev kit has announced a hefty $3,000 price tag.
And Black Ops 3 has a sonic attack that means you can literally make multiple targets puke to death.
And now it's time to see what GamesRadar's Danny is thinking about this week.
What? Cleavage DLC in Metal Gear Online? And zipping your shirt gives you a tactical advantage? Where's that crocodile hat? I wonder what would happen if you threw porcupines at soldiers. An octopus would make for a really good gun. Maybe that's what the Mother Base suit was for.
Now, with the Star Wars Battlefront beta finally going live this week, let's get a few tips to make sure you can really feel the Force. All the Force.
The Imperial transport is vulnerable. Take it out.
Forget about COD or Battlefield. Battlefront is different from the usual shooters, so shake off old habits. It's more arcadey and objective focused, so don't expect sprinting death runs around the map as a lone hero. Pay attention to the objectives. The beta's very goal orientated, especially Walker Assault. If you're not establishing an uplink to bomb the AT-ATs as the rebels or taking down the uplink as the Empire, then you're not much use to anyone. Don't sweat the star cards too much. Star cards build your character, but there are only 7 in the beta, limiting your options. Iron Blast is a must to take on vehicles, while the Cycler Rifle and Sharpshooter combo makes a great sniper, but otherwise there are no actual classes. Just have fun and remember you can access your partner star cards to try out stuff you haven't unlocked. Grab everything and use it. Extra weapons, vehicles or heroes are accessed via power-ups, which appear around the maps. Take it all and don't get precious about hanging on to anything. There are plenty of tokens to grab, so just keep using and abusing them. Take care with the ships. Ships like X-Wings and TIE Fighters have slow arcing controls, meaning they're best suited to altitude. Take care if you're going to try a strafing run on ground targets, and don't get too low as you might struggle to pull up.
I dread to think, but what does editor Andy think of Star Wars Battlefront? It's not Destiny enough. But you know what is?
Destiny?
Exactly, and Bungie announced its plans for the introduction of microtransactions this week.
Yep, if you've been wondering what all those empty emote slots were for, it turns out they're for 18 new ones that can be bought from the Eververse trading company.
You might remember awoken merchant Tess Everest. Well, she's back in the tower from Tuesday with a new storefront and hopefully just 18 new dance moves.
Tess needs to be paid in silver, a new currency bought with real-world money from your equally real-world bank account.
But what am I meant to do with this?
Sir? Bungie has been quick to point out that everything you buy with silver is entirely optional and has no effect on the game itself.
And the cash will help fund free updates until fall 2016, but this has definitely split the opinion of Guardians.
Start of the slippery slope to pay to win, says Simon Marston. If this succeeds, then it's only a matter of time before you'll be able to buy useful in-game items.
However, Matt Kidd says, I don't see a problem. I can understand if you could just pay to win or buy gear that puts you in a league of your own, but every MMO does this.
And just to equal things out, Byronator Froy says, I love this because it doesn't affect the game, it's just cosmetic, but I hate this because it's how it starts. I'm sure if this is a success, they will bring more microtransactions to the game.
Time will have to tell, but if Tuesday doesn't bring a version of the Moonwalk, I'm just going to be sad.
Well, that's it for this week's show. Catch us for more next week, and if you've got any questions, fire them into the comments below.
You can find us on the Games Radar news stream. You can find us on Facebook and Twitter. So keep your eyes peeled and let us know what you'd like us to feature next week. See you next time.
Bye-bye.